Guys, welcome back to the Caddy project, and the sun is shining, the weather is singing, the birds are happy, and what better day today than to get a new radio in this VW Caddy. Now you know and I know I've been looking for a radio for this VW Caddy for a long time, and I'm going to get it installed. I'm going to show you guys how simple it is to install, and then we're going to see how good it is. Now, I told you before, I need a decent radio, and everybody does. There's nothing worse than having a crappy standard radio. So a sponsor reached out and asked if I'd kindly install it and give it a review. So today's video is sponsored by ATOTO.
Welcome back to the channel, guys, and all I can say is the ATOTO stereos are somewhat impressive. Now, ATOTO have been specialising in car accessories such as radios, speakers, TPMS for over 9 years, and it's fairly easy to see that their gear is really good. Now, you can buy ATOTO products from their websites. You can pick these up from Amazon, from ATOTO Direct, or you can also go to the official store. There is 3 locations you can buy this, and I'm going to put all the links in the description below so you guys can go ahead and take a look. But they do everything. They do radios, they do reverse cameras, they do speakers. They've got so many product offerings, but today we're going to focus on the X10. Now, the X10 is a 7-inch Android double DIN car stereo. Now, it has the option for 8 gig or 128 gig storage capacity, and it has AI included inside this head unit. It's got a 4G LTE, wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. It's got dual phone connection, so at least you and your partner can have them both connected at the same time, and it's got Bluetooth. This stereo is fantastic, so really happy to have ATOTO as a sponsor on today's video. Let's get into it.
So we start off with the absolute basics. Now, what you need to do is strip out your old stereo, take your surround plate off, just put your nails underneath and grab that clip off there, get your surround off and take your old stereo out and get yourself back to basics. Now, once you're in this position, on your stereos, what you should have, hear me out, a wire that is an ignition live wire. Now, if you don't, it may have been part of your original loom, but what I've done is, this is the original Caddy loom, and as part of this there will have been an ignition wire. Now, what I've done is run a totally separate wire back to the fuse board just to have its own ignition wire. So when you purchase the ATOTO, you get these small wiring looms at the top. Now, ATOTO do state, if you buy it from Amazon or from the store, that they don't provide this ISO connection to VW connector. You've got to buy that separately, and I'll put all the links in the description below. They cost me 10 quid from a separate website for that cable, so it's very cheap to buy, and it's that simple. We're going to clip that in there with one hand. Now, because we've modified the wiring loom, we're taking it from the VW to the new stereo wiring loom. It comes with an orange connector that's separate, and it also comes with the red connector. Now, I've found out that the red connector is the live to the stereo, so all you need to do is crimp that to your fuse live, and as soon as you put your keys in, this will fire up the radio. But you've got to make sure that you have the original connector that came from ATOTO, which is this one here, and this one just plugs directly into the back of the stereo. I'm doing this one-handed to show you how easy it is, like so. That plugs in there. So then I've got this aerial in the back of my Caddy, so I'm just going to slot that aerial into the back of there. And then because we want GPS, we want the DAB, ATOTO send you this cable here, which is an array of cables, but it's got one plug on the end, and this one plug plugs into the adapter just here, like so. And that is my stereo complete. So if we just turn it on its side now and leave it there, I'll put the keys in the ignition, and the ATOTO stereo should fire up. Fire up, we mean turn on. We've got lights, we've got power, and we've got an ATOTO screen. So now let's get that put inside here, and then we've got the next section. Now we've got the housing, so again, ATOTO do not supply this direct, so you'll need to go to another website to get this. So all in all, it costs about £20 for additional accessories if you're in the UK to get this for the ATOTO stereo and for the wiring loom. So we're going to disconnect all of this. We're going to get this chassis in first, pull the cables through, and then slide the radio in here, and then we're going to put a surround trim on just to keep it all nice and looking fresh. Now the one thing I am going to do a little bit later on is run this cable, and I'm going to put the antenna somewhere up the top, up here, but for now we'll just put it behind because I need to change the whole dashboard. So once I've done that, I can then start to run this cable, but for now we'll put it behind. The DAB will still absolutely work fine. Then it looks like that, and you put your 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's some clips that sit on here that hold the radio in nice and tight. Next thing we get on is the surround, and as you can see, the dashboard is starting to come back together nice and easy, and you can find the gap. And I've put a frosted little screen over the top. Now I know I've missed a little bit here, but don't worry about that. And then we pop that back on. So when you first start it up, you are going to have to register or set up your app, but the quickest and easiest thing is once you've got all the cables plugged in, and I'm still learning the radio, bearing in mind guys I've not had it very long, and I will do a review in a couple of months time, is just click that search button there. We're just going to turn that down because we do not want to get a copyright, and what I will do is I'll show you guys on a YouTube short exactly how well it is. So another cool feature of this is as soon as you get this connected to your phone, and I have to blur out this area, so I'm sorry guys you can't see, but there's a map here as well. Now it is brilliant. Connect it to your phone's Wi-Fi and you've basically got like another phone connected, ready. And I mean, look at the app features as well. So this is brilliant. Click on here, look how fast and responsive this is. Click on YouTube, and there we have it, John Builds. And if that's not worth a subscribe, please go and hit it guys, because it really does appreciate it. And we can watch the likes of John Builds on your car, obviously when you pulled over and you sat eating a McDonald's. And there we are in the last video on the Caddy series guys. So another brilliant feature that I really like about this is the AI integration on the radio. Now to connect the AI feature up, what you need to do is use an app called Swiftstone. You download that, scan the QR code, and that gives you the AI functionality available for your radio. And you might think, well, why would I want AI? What's the cool thing about AI? You can drive along, you can ask it questions. So once you've joined it to your phone, then it just says how to activate drive chat. It says via a button, and we want to use via wake up word. So then what we're going to do is set a new wake up word. Now this is absolutely fantastic. So we're going to put inside there, so our wake up word is going to be John Builds, and we're going to click enter, and we're going to click confirm. John Builds, John Builds, John Builds. And you get a nice big tick and says ready. Drive chat is available for John Builds. Let's try it. John Builds. Increase volume by 2. John Builds. Increase the volume by 5. John Builds. Next radio station. And I think it's clear to see that this radio's got so much features and functionality, and it actually looks really nice when sat inside the dashboard. So guys, all I can say is if you're interested in getting an Android based stereo, I think it's fairly
fairly quick to see how good this one is and how fast this radio is from ATOTO, the X10. Really happy with it, and I like the fact that you can actually download apps to it as well, which I think is really, really neat by using the Play Store. I'm going to get the system updated. I'm going to get it linked to Spotify, on my Apple Music, and then she's fully configured. But I think you'll agree, this radio is now perfect inside the VW CADDY project. So massive shout out and a massive thanks to ATOTO for sponsoring today's video. And guys, all the information will be in the links and in the description box below.
But I am over the moon with this stereo, and we're starting to get this Caddy looking like the way it should be. Now, a massive thank you to ATOTO for sponsoring today's video and sponsoring the radio on the Caddy project, and there's going to be a discount code in the description below. But that's all we've got time for today, guys, and we are getting this Caddy back up to speed, back up to scratch. And remember, we bought it as a non-runner for 900 quid, so every modification that we're making is making this Caddy be 10 times better.